There are hidden costs when you're hiring a virtual assistant that most of us don't ever consider until too late, and then we're wondering, why didn't I know this before? Yeah, we're going to cover that today on the Build Your Team show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Build Your Team show. I am your host, Atiba, and if you are looking to build or grow your team for your business, and especially if you're looking to do it with virtual assistants, you are in the right place. That's what we talk about. And today we are diving into something that I see happen to a lot of newbies, business owners who are looking to hire their first virtual staff, and there's a cost that you don't often consider. Until it's too late. Okay, so let's dive in and talk about what that is. But before we do, do me a favor, hit that like, subscribe, and ding that bell so you can get notified on my next videos. All right, so here's the deal. Especially if you're looking at offshore talent, and you're looking at offshore talent because you heard they were less expensive, and so you're thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to go find some good offshore talent and it's going to save me some money. I'm going to get so much stuff done. I'll be able to grow faster and we'll be able to do more, which is awesome and which is great. But there's something that you're forgetting, and that is the process of recruiting. Much like when you're hiring an employee, you've got to recruit a virtual assistant. That means you have to write a job description, post a job description, manage the responses to that job description, choose which candidates you want to interview, make an offer, and then finally, train them. Most of us forget all of those steps, or we think those steps are somehow going to be a lot easier than they actually are. And so I want to tell you, there are two ways that you can deal with this, okay? Especially if you're new. One is the way that I do it. The other, in all honesty, is the way, if you're brand new, is the way I'm going to suggest that you do it up front when you don't have a lot of experience hiring or building a team. This is what I suggest. All right, but let me tell you what I do first. I do it all. I manage that entire process. So we have created, for every single position that we hire for, we have created the job description that goes up on the job board. Then we have canned follow-up email messages ready to go. So when someone responds, we have a canned follow-up. Now, we do personalize it a bit, but 75% of the message is canned. So everybody's getting the exact same messages, for the most part, from us, okay? And for most of them, we have that planned out all the way down until we ask them to do an interview. Now, obviously, sometimes someone says something and it takes the conversation in a different direction, what have you. Let me be honest with you, though. It is incredibly time-consuming. Okay, this is when I said there are hidden costs. This is if, depending on how many positions I'm hiring and how popular that position is, if I'm hiring somebody for social media, I may as well just block an entire week of my time, okay, because it's going to take that long. It's going to take that long to sift through all the people who apply, figure out who's right, who's not, have these conversations, then do the interviews. And then you still have to onboard them. And we streamlined that by making sure we have it all structured out. It used to take me a lot longer years ago before we had it all structured out. But now that we have it all structured out, it does go faster, but it still takes an inordinate amount of time. And if you're new to hiring, I don't suggest you do this. It's a very frustrating thing when you're brand new. Here's what I do suggest, though. Hire a recruiting agency. There are tons of them out there. For your very first hire a recruiting agency. You're going to pay them a few dollars, yes, And those few dollars can add up to hundreds of dollars. I've seen one that was as high as $2,000. But there are virtual assistant recruiting agencies. Virtual assistant recruiting agencies. One of them that I know of several of my friends have used is called the FreedomGeekcom. The FreedomGeek.com. And what they do is they actually help you figure out what you need, find the right virtual assistant, and then help you onboard them. That cuts out so much of the work for you and makes your job and your life so much easier. Now, obviously, if budget's an issue, because some of those services can get pricey, if budget's an issue and you have to do it all yourself, it's okay. It's okay. Just know that you have to dedicate time to it. Just know that you really can't get yourself frustrated in the middle of it, because it is a process that you have to go through, a process of elimination. Give you an example. We put out a job post recently and we got 102 responses. You know how long it took to go through 102 responses? To hire one person? Yeah, exactly. That's why the recruiting agency really helps you when you're starting out. Now, after you've done your first couple, you probably could go off and start to do it on your own, after you've kind of gotten the swing of things a little bit and learn how it works. But up front, if you're brand new, my suggestion to you is get a recruiting agency. If you can't afford one, then you're going to have to do it on your own, and that's okay. But if you can, also, see if there's somebody else that you know who's done it. Heck, you know me. You're watching this, you know me. Drop me a line. I'll give you best practices and tips. Get help is the point. Don't go this alone. All right, everybody. Hope that was helpful. And if you're brand new and you're on the fence, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what some of your fears are. I'd love to hear what some of your concerns are. And I'd love to help you take that step and get over that hump and that hurdle so that you can actually start to hire your first virtual assistant and build your team. All right. Talk to you later, everybody. Bye.